Hello. I'm trying to see if everything works because it has been a while. Hello. I am alive, unfortunately, for some of you. Um, but yeah. How you doing? Hello, Bear. Hello, Larian. It's been a while. It's been a while. If you guys didn't know, I took like a week off social media because the internet was kind of like meh for this past like 2 weeks for obvious reasons, you know? And I was just not feeling it, so I just took a break. And it also, too much information, have you missed me? It also coincided with my period, so I just took a week off and I'm good now. Nothing happened? I mean, I haven't checked, so I don't know if anything happened. Like, if there's news about anything, you guys want to talk about it. I mean, I was gonna play Rogue Trader, but I don't know. Do you guys want me to play? Do you guys want to play Rogue Trader with me? Do you guys want to do something? Like, I don't know, man. I'm just feeling chatty today, but I don't know what to talk about. The internet has been quite predictable as of late, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. And I have most people muted on Twitter. So if people are whining about anything, I don't know what they're whining about. I've been keeping an eye out because tomorrow there's supposed to be news about whether Bloodlines 2 it's gonna come out with paywall content or not, which irrelevant really, but I want to know what the fuck they do, how they backtrack, if they backtrack at all. So that's one thing that I'm looking forward to. Aside from that, I haven't seen, like, I've been scrolling through Twitter, I haven't seen anything interesting. Interesting to me, obviously. There's always someone complaining about something. Thank you for the primes, Rivia. I was gonna call you a Slade. I don't know. I'm gonna call you whatever the fuck I want.
You beautiful person ? /.
I'm doing pretty well. I'm telling you. Sometimes a bitch needs a break. Okay, a bitch needs a break because I've never been a political person, and I'm gonna start now. And I know a lot of people think that I am, and power to them, but I'm not. So. The moment that I felt myself that I was gonna start to, like, tread muddy waters, I was like, you know what?
Someone help, I am locked in the basement.
You're not locked in the basement. You're right where you want to be. Don't lie. Thank you, Sonny. So, I just took a break. Again, politics can fuck off. Especially, you know what I've, like, just discovered, which it's very obvious, I feel like, but listen to me. It's just talking to people on Twitter about politics, it's retarded. Because who do we think we are? First of all, like, listen, I cannot take people seriously in a fucking platform that it's anything but serious. You know what I'm talking about? Thank you for the sub, Adam. You know what I'm talking about? So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna try to justify myself or my feelings or whatever on the internet. I don't have to. Sometimes I become a little bit self-aware. Thank you, Alfarius. God, thank you for the sub. I become a little bit self-aware. And I'm like, wait, I don't owe people shit. And vice versa. By the way, you guys know that, it's give and take here. I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. And that's why we get along. I missed one on YouTube, but I saw you. Thank you for the sub. How about Liam Hemsworth playing Budget Girl? Thank you, Alexander, for the sub. YouTube is popping off. I don't care about The Witcher. So, I don't think he looks terrible. My 2 cents, as someone that doesn't really care. Queen of Hearts, thank you for the sub. As someone that doesn't care about The Witcher, like the show, and my only experience is The Witcher 3, which I've played. It's not that Liam Hemsworth it's a bad Geralt. It's that this show is a bad Witcher. There you go. Thank you, Sarah, for the sub. So it's been looking fan made for me, at least. It's been looking fan made the moment they completely detach themselves from the source material. So thank you for the sub, Racer. Jesus Christ. Hello, guys. Welcome to my bullshit. It's gonna be this for 2 hours, probably. Just me yapping. So if you guys are, open to that, let's talk a little bit. Sometimes I don't get to talk to you a lot because I'm fucking playing games badly. So hopefully. Talking about politics is stupid 90% of the time, especially talking like about politics that I'm not invested in. You know what I mean? Like, I am not an American. So I only speak about the feelings that I have as a human being. And people are like, oh my God, politics, you are this or you are that. I am both sides. You know what I mean? If people judge me and people look at me and they're like, oh, you're a Republican. No, well, you're a liberal. Bitch, I'm European, first of all. Now, when I speak about American politics, I'm speaking about a place where, as a European, as someone that lives in Spain, there's no such extreme. Like, there's extreme parties, political parties in Spain, but they are seen as extreme political parties. Like, if you vote for an extreme political party, then you are seen as an extremist. There's many, like, politics in the middle that maybe lean a little bit to the left or to the right, but they're in the middle. They're centrist. So most people are centrist that lean a little bit one side or the other, not just one or the other. In America, that's not like the culture. It's just one or the other, which is very mind-blowing to me. But I don't care because I don't live there yet. And even if I do, I don't care because most politics don't affect me personally. Oh, that's selfish. I don't care. Welcome to my life, which I am tiniest of. Yes, I am selfish. People are selfish all the time. It is what it is. Like, I don't know why that's like such a fucking, like, oh, you have to live for other people. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't have to. I don't have to live my life fixing other people's problems. No, I don't have to do that. And I won't, because I can barely deal with my problems, okay? So, yeah. As a Polish blood cooking quote Witcher books, I agree the series was dog water. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't fuck with adaptations to begin with, but because I'm a fucking purist, okay? I am the type of nerd that reads the books before I watch like a show or a movie. So I'm like, this is wrong. You could not make me watch Game of Thrones. And people love Game of Thrones. You cannot put a gun to my head and make me sit and watch Game of Thrones. First of all. I'm not team right or team left. I'm team being a human being, which is what a lot of people don't understand. And I get so much flack when I say that online of like, well, if you don't pick any sides, then you are picking a side. And it's like, no, the whole point of me not picking any side is that I'm not picking any side. The fuck are you talking about? And when I try to tell people like, hey, most people that you think are the devil are just trying to live their lives. And they're like, no, because just shut up. Shut the hell up. God, I'm still waiting for you to finish Clear Obscure. You were one of the people who sold me to this game. Okay, I will fucking play it. I want to play it too. Sometimes, okay, like I know that I take a lot of time to play games because that's who I am as a person. I apologize for the way that I am. Sorry, okay? Fuck. But when I'm streaming, I'm like, it's been so long, do I bring this back? Like, do they want me to bring this back? And I'm just getting that I should do whatever I want, and you guys might watch or you may not. You see, I'm free. It's been a week of me watching TV shows until 5 a.m. and just living my life, and I'm like, who is she? She's so calm. She's so distressed, relaxed, even. The Witcher series created some sort of alternative universe to the original Witcher, like the game. Except one was better. Like, that's the excuse that I keep hearing. Again, as someone that hasn't watched the show. I think I watched episode 1 and it didn't really sell me to it. But it's what I'm hearing. Like, well, the game it's also a fan fiction. Yeah, but there's fan fictions that are well written, and then there's fan fictions that are The Witcher 3, the TV show. So I have experienced my first crash of an Unreal 5 game right after making the latest. Oh, you know what? It's really fun when you're playing a game and you're almost on the point of no return, and everything gets fucked, and you had to replay like 20 hours of a game. That has happened to me. You live for a weekend, all hell breaks loose. I am the guardian of the gates of hell, apparently. If I'm not here, you guys don't know how to behave. Henry Cavill is the only person who cared about the Witcher TV show, and now he's gone. Yes, and even with him there, like, that's why I don't like TV shows and stuff like that that try to put on screen something that it's really, like, familiar to a lot of people. Like, in this case, a book. A book is a book, and you read it, and it's usually written by one author, and he knows what he's trying to say, he or she or whatever, and that's the story you're familiar with. And then when someone else that it's not the author tries to do it, they try to put their own spin on it, or they try to make it more palatable because they try to, broad the audience and the people that the show is gonna reach. And it's just like, okay, at some point it's just a parody, it's just a fan fiction. So yeah, that's why I watch original series very rarely, because I'm the type of person. I've been watching Castle, and before you guys clown me on that, yes, I watched the entirety of Bones, the TV show Bones, and then when I finished that, I started watching Castle. And what about it? That's the stuff that I watch. So am I in a position to tell you guys what is good and what isn't? Probably not. But you guys are asking me. So, you know what I mean? Hello there, how's life? Life is good. Life is chill. Life is... the weather has been a bitch. Funny that we're talking about the weather, but we have to. It's, it affects me deeply as a sickly person. And it's been hot as balls. I'm sweating. Well, here, where you see me just sitting here minding my own business, I am sweating. And I made the mistake of wearing like a long sleeve and pants because I thought it was gonna be cute. And... fuck. It's just... Bloodlines 4 performance is awful. I've been hearing sporadically that Borderlands is good, like the new game is good. Again, if you know one thing about me is that I'm not a fan of the Borderlands games. I know, sorry, but I'm not a fan. I have a very bad secondhand embarrassment. So when I try to watch, what is it? My fiance and I, we watch movies. We have he has a wheel. Like, he has a Spotify playlist where he puts music for me to listen to. Otherwise, I don't listen to any music that is not the things that I listen on repeat 24/7, which is Sleep Token. And he has a wheel of movies that he wants to show me. And is it the Borat? Borat? Are you guys familiar with that movie? Like that, like it's a guy pretending to be from Kazakhstan and he goes to America. And I could not watch it. I was like this the entire movie. Like this. I could not watch it. So for me, Borderlands is that type of like, it's humor that it's so on the nose that I'm like, the entire time I'm like, I can't. Like, oof. So we watch Juno instead, like the pregnant Elliot Page, that one. I could not watch it. Dude, I'm sure that it's great, but Preston has a much more broad sense of humor than I do, and I don't. My sense of humor is being sleep deprived at like 3 a.m., scrolling through TikTok, and watching someone do something really silly and crying laughing. The TikTok comments, it's my thing. I read TikTok comments and I'm crying. But bro, I've been loving the weather recently. It's been getting colder over here in England. I can now wear my onesie. I want a onesie. I want one now. I wore onesies. Listen, sometimes I talk Because I was gonna say, I wore onesies pretty late into my life. That it's a lie, okay? I didn't wear them consistently, but there was like a onesie that I bought, like a ladybug onesie. I bought it for Carnival, because Carnival here is during the cold month. So I was like, you know what, fuck you. I'm not gonna dress as a slut for Halloween. I'm gonna dress in a ladybug onesie. And it was for grown-ups, mind you. And I wore that consistently during winter until I couldn't wear it anymore, because I grew like an inch and the legs didn't fit anymore. So it'd be like that sometimes. As the AAA bosses went, just used from generation, Lopez is teaching you guys how to do something that I don't understand. What the fuck am I? Oh, I'm listening to Cyberpunk. I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? You're going Willow mode instead of Buffy? So might kill me for that. Listen. Sometimes you're Willow, sometimes you're Buffy. And now I want to watch Buffy again, which I did before I watched Bones. Just see, the progress is I watch Buffy, and then I watch Bones, and then I watch Castle, then I watch Buffy, and then I watch Bones, and then I watch Castle. Because why? Because I know they're not going to disappoint me. Because they're peak 2000s era. So. And it doesn't disappoint me. Like, I don't have to wait. Can we talk really quickly about streaming platforms and how they can fuck up duck? Because what do you mean I'm paying a subscription monthly for you to upload one episode a week? Big Grandma TV. Wow. If your grandma watches what I watch, your grandma is a fucking cool person, by the way. Fuck you. And what about it? What about it? At least I'm consistent in my likes and dislikes, okay? And it is what it is. You know what I also watch? That it's even more, like, it's Chinese drama. I watch Chinese dramas. 40 episodes of pure beauty and somehow martial arts that allows them to fly everywhere. That's what I watch as well, okay? Oh, Beckett. We love Beckett. I'm on season what? Season 5? Season 6? They just got married. Spoiler alert, they just got married. And I like it. I like it a lot. What can you do about it? Okay? After I said grandma for a second, so now I want... No, yeah, they call me grandma. They call me Peak Grandma TV, like my taste in TV shows. What do you guys watch? Oh, I watched Queso play Granny. And that's how I actually got into Queso. But at the time, I thought he was called Casio. Can you blame me? Probably. CSI. Oh, hell yeah. CSI Miami. Because we have taste in this household. Okay? The Haunted on Hill House? That's scary, bro. No. I don't watch that stuff. Yeah, old stuff is better. And Preston and I, we were talking about it. And it's like, it's because they were not afraid of offending anyone back then. The amount of times they just call someone a retard back, 20 years ago. It's like, you know what? This is refreshing. I enjoy this. Or they just said something that today would have Twitter up in arms with like pitchforks and torches. And you were like sitting there and you're like, wow, we had it so good back then. Like, it's great. This was amazing. And you know that they cannot do this anymore. They cannot bring that back. It's amazing. Why did I watch? It was my first time watching that. I'm so bad with names. Let me Google it. What's his name? The Wow guy. The Wow. His brother? What's his name? Me cago en mi puta madre. Why am I so terrible with names? Idiosyncrasy? Is that what it's called? Owen Wilson. I love that you guys understand me, even when I don't understand myself. Is it called idiosyncrasy? I don't know how to say it, but you probably know what I'm talking about. Correct? I watched it. Idiot Crazy? Listen, that one. I watched that one. The most offensive thing I've watched in a while, and I was laughing the entire time. I'm sorry. How fun was that? And it was made with no money, basically. Amazing. Great movie. I have not watched it ever. My first time, and amazing. I don't know, man. We've lost the plot. I mean, not me. I know my plot. But people have lost the plot. People don't know how to make movies and TV shows anymore. It's so... The one with Terry Crews as the president, exactly. When they were calling each other gay. And I'm not going to say the F word on Twitter. Or on Twitch, because I'm going to get canceled. But you know what I'm talking about. Don't spell it either, because you guys are going to get banned. Not because of me. But you know what I'm talking about. They were just saying shit that they wanted to. Bro. When they are, like Maya Rudolph and is it Luke Wilson, they were getting into the pots, and there's like this military doctor that has been hanging out with a black drag lord, basically, and he just walks past them and says, "Hello, my N-words." He doesn't say N-word, he says the actual word, and Preston and I were like, can you fucking go back? Did he say that? And we're like, this is so funny. This is fucking funny. Because it makes sense for the plot, and it was amazing. And we were so shocked because 2025 could never, bro. It could never. God. I have never watched a Star Trek. And if you know, yesterday I watched Spaceballs, which I hadn't watched either, which is silly. Because if you guys know one thing about me is that I'm obsessed with the Pullman family. And that includes father and son. And I haven't watched Spaceballs. And I was like, this is actually, like, this is so funny. I love this. I'm happy not getting the context for that Daniel Radcliffe clip of him yelling the N-word. I miss the days when people made movies just to make movies. Yeah, they had an idea. And they just put that idea on, you know. What are we listening to? I don't know either. Can you guys even hear it? Or am I dancing to the demons in my head? You love Star Trek? I'm thinking that I would. I just haven't never gotten into it. And that's my thing, right? When I get into something, I have to watch it until it's done. So if I get into something, I have to watch everything. I don't know what song is either. I put Cyberpunk. It's playing Cyberpunk. So I've seen some people offended at jokes in Airplane, which weren't even too bad. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, it's just enjoy media for what it is. It's history right there. And I think we're going back. If we pretend that people are not offended by it, I think we can go back to that. Pump out shit, whatever. Yeah, that's what it's called. Like, listen. And when you can tell that actors are having fucking, like, a good time on set, like, they're having a great time performing, you don't get that anymore. You don't get that. And now we're gonna get a Spaceballs 2, and the charm of the first one is that it was made with fucking, you know, miniatures, and it was made with 2 cents and a dream. And you know they're gonna CGI the fuck out of it, and they're just gonna make the jokes and everything super safe and super on the nose, and it's gonna be shit. It's gonna be CGI. It's 100% gonna be CGI. I hope they go like the Mandalorian route, where they still try to make it look like the original one. But Burning Saddles. What is Burning Saddles about? Every day that passes, the more I think about John Connor in Terminator 2 saying, we're not gonna make it, are we? And we didn't make it. Listen. The search for... If Spaceballs 2 isn't called Spaceballs, the search for more money, then what is the point? Honestly, what is the fucking point? Like, no. Listen. Movies... What did we watch with Keanu Reeves in it? Was it called The Watcher? The Watcher is a shitty movie where Keanu Reeves is the antagonist. He's the villain in that. And it's a bad movie. And Preston and I had the fucking time of our lives watching that. Back when bad movies were fun to watch. I watch Morbius. Okay. I watch Morbius. And I hadn't watched it. Even when the peak of like, it's Morbin time meme was a thing. I never caved in. I kind of forgot that Morbius existed. And I didn't watch it. And I kind of forced Preston to watch it with me the other day. It's not gloriously bad. It's just terrible. It's a terrible movie. We were sitting there, silent. Being like, no way, this is not what's going on. It's supposed to be a science movie. Like, it's science that turns into mutation, that turns into superpower. And we're sitting there. And I was like, what is this man on about? Like, the whole science portion of the Morbius was shit. And I didn't pass my biology classes back in fucking in high school, okay? And I was looking at him and he was like, oh, I chose the bat because the bat has anticoagulant things in its saliva. And I was like, you know who also does that? Fucking mosquitoes. You could have become Mosquito Man easier than you became Batman, which is not the same franchise, but you know what I'm talking about? It's like, Madam Web is the one that I'm gonna make him watch next, but I'm trying to give him like a few days between Bat movies because he might shoot himself. So I'm covering all my, you know? But I was like, bro, and the fucking, it's ridiculous. The whole portion with the detectives in it was lame as hell because the detectives did not detect in the entire fucking movie. Okay? And then, the more I think about it, the more I'm upset I get. And then they get him. For some reason, he allows himself. So he's in the hospital, right? He just turned and he killed like 8 people that were like mercenaries, and they were obviously bad people because they were mercenaries, okay? But he killed 8 people, and the detectives, he's a genius, by the way, but whatever. He doesn't clean after himself, and he leaves his assistant, like, knocked, like, out in the ship with all the corpses around her, and he just dips, he just leaves. He doesn't cover his fucking bases, he doesn't take her with him, so they cannot track him back to him. No, he just lives. He just goes. And obviously, they fucking trace it back to him, right? And they're like, Dr. Morbin, and they get him in the hospital, and he just uses his superpowers to run away. He turns into a mist, and he runs back into the hospital and into the rooftop. And he gets shot up a bunch of times. And these people have never seen anything like this before, mind you. This is a man that is turning into a monster, is turning into mist. And they know that he's sucked the blood of 8 people before. And they have multiple times called him a vampire. And by any means, there's been nothing like this in the Marvel universe before. First of all, and not a single Avenger is called. Not even one of the, you know, the B-rated Avengers. It's even called to be in the movie when this is like a Avengers level threat, right? And this guy gets caught because blood, and then he gets put into a fucking normal prison. This man can turn into mist. He can turn into mist. And they put him into a normal prison. And how do you even, I was so pissed the entire time. And they put him in handcuffs. When we have established that this man, it's a vampire. He's a vampire. And there's like his best friend, right? Milo. He's also a cripple. Can you say that? Yes, I just said it. He's a cripple. They're both cripples. And the only way for them to not be cripples is to turn themselves into vampires because Because, which doesn't make any sense because the fucking serum thing, he injects it and he's supposed to become a chimera, which is half and half human, half bat. And that should rewrite his DNA. I think in the movie he actually says, I just rewrote my DNA, which takes him no time. You would think that it would take him more time, but it doesn't and whatever. And his friend just steals a vial of the serum and just does it on his own, does his own not DUI, that's a different thing, DIY thing. And he starts killing people because all of a sudden he's evil. Like this guy has been a cripple his entire time and now he's evil. And there's witnesses, right? That there's two vampires. And they know that Morbin killed 8 people. They know that he did that. But then they pin Milo's murders on him. By the way, Morbin has more of a kill count. He has a higher kill count than Milo. I think Milo killed like 5 people in the entire movie. And I'm supposed to be rooting for Morbius. Listen. I was so pissed the entire movie. I was so mad the entire movie. You guys don't fucking understand. Wow. It was so bad. The fucking female protagonist could have been replaced with a ficus in a wig and it would have been the same thing. The same thing. The 2 male protagonists had more sexual energy between them than the 2 romantic interests in the movie. Can you tell that I was really upset about it? Whoa! How the hell you managed to put a misman in a normal prison? That's what I'm fucking talking about. How do you even think? This is the Marvel Universe. We have established that there's a prison in the middle of the ocean where you put people in it and then the person goes flunk into the ocean because they're too dangerous to just put in normal prison. And they put a vampire in a normal prison with humans. And Milo gets in the prison and he's like, oh, pretend to be a cripple. And this motherfucker pulls a blood bag out of his pocket and he's like, here for you, so you drink and you don't die. How the fuck did you smuggle a blood bag? Did you put it up your asshole? And this is why every time that I watch a bad movie, I'm gonna start recording myself and Preston. Because you should have seen the way I was just not having it. I was not having it. I wasn't having it. No one told me the jokes, the Morbin time. It's Morbin time. And I thought it's one of those fucking movies, right? That it's so bad that it's funny. Not a single laughter, not a single giggle, not a single chuckle was chuckled during that entire fucking time. Okay? It's... watch it. You thought that I was gonna say don't watch it? Watch it. Because if I had to watch it, you have to watch it too. If you haven't watched Morbius, I am imploring you, fucking watch it. It's terrible. Terrible. Bro, if I could watch movies on stream, I fucking would. I'm telling you right now. Thank you for the sub. It was one of the most painful experiences. And another painful experience, The Accountant 2. Bitch. The Accountant 2. I wanted to die watching that movie. I was so fucking pissed watching that. It's not. Don't lie. Don't lie to me and don't lie to yourself and don't lie to the audience. Don't lie to chat. Don't lie to the world. It's not so bad that it's good. It's not one of those fucking movies that you watch and you're like, what am I watching? This is insane. It's so fucking dumb that you start laughing. The Accountant 2 was painful, especially when The Accountant 1 was absolutely fucking... It was a gem, okay? It did what it did well. It's a perfectly, serviceable action movie where you just turn your brain off and you're like, this is really well. And The Accountant 2, it's a fucking comedy. A a fucking comedy? And there's that entire plotline, if you guys haven't watched The Accountant, it's about an autistic man that is raised by a military dad, and he turns out to be just, you know, he works as an accountant for really dangerous people, and he's a badass. He's basically an assassin. Amazing. And it's about, you know, he's extremely autistic. And in the first one, it deals how, you know, how he cannot deal with change or with not finishing like a mission, not like finishing his work. And he doesn't really understand, you know, emotions such as love, for example. There's almost a romantic interest in the first one, but it doesn't work out because he doesn't know how to deal with emotions so big as love in that one. And all the characters are beautifully written. John Bernthal is in that as Ben Affleck's brother. They both have extreme synergy, is amazing. And they brought Ben Affleck and John Bernthal. By the way, John Bernthal is the best thing about The Accountant 2. The Accountant 2 should just be John Bernthal as his character. Everything else was just sickening because first of all, I was sitting there, I was like, okay, I know what the first one is like, and I was like, maybe they are doing this because they're gonna do this. I was giving it too much credit. That's what I'm trying to say. I was giving it too much credit. And then the moment they started like setting up my boy as being obsessed with finding love, my boy, Ben Affleck, the autistic Ben Affleck, that's not how it fucking works. That's not how it fucking works. Listen, upset, terribly upset, extremely upset. So many plot holes in that movie. I get so upset when I think about it. It's like the difference between the Joker and the Joker 2. Joker was a great. Joker 2, they decided to make it a musical. Why? You know what I'm talking about. Sequels are... They're cursed. I don't know, man. Heads of State's an action comedy with Idris Elba and John Cena. Is it fun? Is that one fun? Because Preston and I almost watched it, but we haven't. So I saw that. I'm all about bad movies that are funny. And they're like, they have a moment where you're like, this is so fucking retarded. It's a gem. It's gold. I just dug in it's gold. But most bad movies are just hard watches nowadays. I miss that, dude. I miss like watching a bad movie for entertainment. And not for me to like want to slit my wrists, okay? When I tell you we finished those movies and we were silent, we were sitting in silence because we were both like, we could have done anything else with our time. We could have, you know, watched paint dry, grass grow, drown ourselves in the sink, anything. Thank you for the sub, Undertale. Why is Stream Elements telling me now? Thank you. I don't know why he's telling me now. It's fucking doing whatever the fuck he wants. Is it bad that I haven't watched the Fast and Furious? How many Fast and Furious movies are there? How many? Because I think it's something stupid like 9. Which, what are we? Assassin's Creed? We don't need 9 Fast and Furious movies. How many? Okay, let's fucking... How many Fast and Furious movies are there? No, I don't want you to show me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's gonna be 15. There's 14. There's gonna be 15 because there's a Fast and Furious X Part 2 coming in 2026. No. 14. 14. The Fast and the Furious. Better Like Tomorrow, which is a Fast and Furious thing. Too Fast, Too Furious. The Turbocharged. The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Fast and Furious. Los Bandoleros, which is also a Fast and Furious movie, apparently. Fast 5. Fast and Furious 6. Furious 7. The Fate of the Furious. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. F9, Fast X, Fast X Part 2. What the fuck? The problem is people keep watching them, right? Like, how many years is that? Like 20 years, 30 years of consistent. It's been 20 years. The first one was 2001, and the last one was 2023. It's been 20 years. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2000, 2003, 2006, 2009, 2009, 2011, 2013, 2015, 2017, 2019, 2021, 2023, and then 2026. Oh my god! Isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane? My favorite movie is a horror movie called Kayako versus Sarako. Great movie. This is just fun to watch. The director of that film had fun with the source material while respecting the source material. Hell yeah. Is it like a parody? I like horror movies that are funny horror movies. Like, that's the only horror movies that I can watch. Otherwise, I suck at horror movies. I suck at horror games. I suck at anything horror. I can barely read horror. That's how bad it is. Because I have a very active imagination, and then I dream about it, and it's not good. I'd be dreaming about going to pee at 2 a.m., pitch black, opening my door, and there's something gonna be on the other side of the door, and then I don't. Or laying in bed, and I lay on my side, and I'm like, there's someone sleeping next to me, so I don't turn around for the rest of the night. That's me. That's the one that I watch. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Zombies, I was about to start throwing shit at the wall and see if you guys could, like, tell me the name. Tucker and Dale versus Evil was fucking amazing. And I loved it. That's the type of fucking horror movies that I like to watch. I want to watch The Evil Dead. Is that the one that it's funny? Shaun of the Dead I want to watch. You know what the problem is? That there's like 17,000 streaming websites, and the main ones don't have shit. Because explain to me why the classics are owned by streaming websites that I have never heard about before. But then fucking Amazon, what does Amazon have? Except the gall and the audacity. Because they don't have anything good. And you know what fucking Amazon does, by the way? They let you watch the sequel. But then you have to pay for the first one. And it does that all the time. Where it lets you watch the second movie of a franchise for free, but then you have to rent or buy the first one. No, thank you. No. I'm playing a Resident Evil 4 remake right now. I have to get into the remakes of Resident Evil. I think it's a good starting point for me in the horror journey that is going to be my life. The Expendables and The Expendables 2, fantastic action films. Don't bother with the third one. My dad loves The Expendables. But again, my dad loves anything that has old action movie, protagonists in it, so. Sean is $4. Yes, the problem, zombies, is that my fiance and I watch movies every day. And that starts to pile up, brother. You know what I mean? Yeah, piracy all the way, dude. Amazon has a slavery and free shipping, I guess. I don't fucking know. Evil Dead and the Army of Darkness is freaking hilarious. That's what we were wanting to watch that, but we couldn't. So, and we were watching on TV, so we couldn't pirate it on TV. Not that I'm aware of. If you guys know how to do that, fucking let me know. But, if we were watching on, because I was there. It's when I was there, staying over at his house, so we were watching on the TV. But when we're here, I'll just start like Googling it on myself and, that's the point of the Expendables. Yes, but it's supposed to be good fun. Movies that I fucking enjoy? Anything Jason Statham. That man knows what he's good at, and he knows how to do it. The last one that I watched, I've told you multiple times, The Beekeeper. That was fun. It was a dumb, brain off, like action movie, but it was funny. He does. He makes a lot of bad movies, but he knows when to stop. Like there's a fine line between a bad movie being funny and a bad movie being unwatchable, and he toes the line expertly. Keanu Reeves, I love me some Keanu Reeves. I could watch John Wick on repeat over and over and over and over and over again. I just play the movie on the phone and mirror screen on the TV. You're smart. You're a smart one. Right there. I love Jason Statham. He's just funny. He's just an action guy. It's Jason Statham playing Jason Statham in every movie that he plays. And I love him for it. Was it a Crank? The one where he's fucking, you know? He needs to keep his heartbeat, like, rushing all the time. Otherwise he dies. What a fucking funny, good movie that was. Wow. Oh. That was one of the many bad movies that he's done. But then he has other catalog where it's just fun movies. The Mechanic, I haven't watched that one. I don't know. I like action movies that are just like that. Just like, you know. You don't like Jason Statham? Come on, man. You have no taste. Crank, watch it. Crank is amazing. It's really fucking funny. But I'm making Preston like watch bad superhero movies. We watch, this is not a bad one by the way, and if you guys say that it's a bad one, you guys need to be shot. Daredevil, the Ben Affleck Daredevil, fun, good, enjoyable. And I rest my case. Morbius, sickening. And Madame Web apparently is worse than Morbius, and I dread it, and I'm looking forward to it. But superhero movies, any Marvel. Yes, I personally stopped watching with Endgame. And I stopped watching with Multiverse of Madness. We were just having that conversation, Rivia, like literally yesterday or the day before, Spider-Mans. I don't think we've had a bad Spider-Man. Let me explain. Tobey Maguire is a Spider-Man. Period. Okay? He's on top. He's a Spider-Man. He's my Spider-Man, and I don't care what you guys are talking about. That man will always be a Spider-Man. Because I see Tom Holland, and that's Tom Holland, and I see Andrew Garfield, and that's Andrew Garfield. I see Tobey Maguire, and I see Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was a pretty, you know, comic-y, like more modern Spider-Man. And Tom Holland was, like, I liked that they kind of tackled different aspects of Spider-Man, like all of them. I enjoyed Andrew Garfield. I liked him as Spider-Man. I didn't believe him as Peter Parker because you cannot tell me that skater boy, ruffle hair Andrew Garfield was getting bullied in high school. You cannot tell me that, okay? I can't believe that Tobey Maguire was getting bullied in high school. I can believe that Tom Holland was getting bullied in high school, which he didn't get bullied because Marvel is, they're pussies nowadays, so they cannot show bullying because God forbid someone is fucking trigger or whatever. But Andrew Garfield wasn't getting bullied, okay? I loved the whole, like, my favorite romance, it's in the Andrew Garfield ones, especially because they were dating at the time, the actors. So the fucking chemistry was off the charts. So I love that. But Tobey Maguire is my favorite. I think now that Tom Holland is kind of like free from the restraints of the, you know, original plot, because in the last one, which one is it? It's a Multiverse of I don't fucking remember. Far From Home, where everyone forgets that Peter Parker is a Spider-Man, and they just forget about Peter Parker altogether. So it's kind of like a reset of the timeline where he just gets to be a Spider-Man from the ground up, and in the next one he's just gonna be university, like college age, so we are gonna get like more adult Peter Parker, like more, you know, he doesn't have any access to Tony's money anymore because Happy doesn't remember him and stuff like that. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Garfield, like Parker's Garfield was, Garfield's Parker, motherfucker, I had a stroke. Yes, Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker was not getting bullied. He was not the best Peter Parker. He was a very fun Spider-Man, though. I really enjoyed the Spider-Man aspect of that one. But Tobey Maguire is a Spider-Man. Like, that's just like, you know, what's his name? Tony Stark? It's Tony Stark. You know it's bad when I don't even remember the actor's name, but I remember that he's Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. And that's just how it is. And you can never see anyone else as Tony. I don't want to live in a world where someone else tries to be Tony Stark. Yeah? I don't like that. I don't want to think about that. I saw 3 episodes of Ironheart. And that was enough. I haven't finished it. I don't want to finish it. I've seen what I needed to see. And Toby was so fucking iconic as Spider-Man. Ironheart was terrible. And I tried for you. I tried watching it. Again, what we're talking about, it's just literally something that is so bad that you're just like sitting there and just pushing yourself to watch. Just shitting over Iron Man's legacy, because that's a good idea. But again, surprisingly, Ironheart is the most like faithful to the comics adaptation of all times, because apparently she's as insufferable in comic form. Surprise, surprise. How the fuck do you make it through 3 episodes? Bro, I don't even know. I think I blacked out for most of it. I just blacked out. I don't know either. Listen, I'm surprised that I made it that far. But never again. That's what I'm saying. They are terrible comics, and it's so funny in a very sad way that the most comic accurate character Marvel has ever done, it's fucking Riri Williams. Isn't that sad? I cannot believe they thought making Ironheart was a great idea. I cannot believe that they thought making anything after Endgame that they made was a good idea. Deadass. Yes, she actually, like, there's that panel on the comic where she's a child and she's super smart and she's like, you know, and the teacher asks her like, oh, what do you want to be? And she's like, I'm going to be a scientist. And the teacher is like, oh, that's cool. That's a great dream to have. And she's like, no, teacher, you're supposed to tell me that I can't be a scientist. And the teacher's like, why would I do that? You can be whatever you want to be. You're pretty smart, Riri. You can be a scientist. It's like, no, but you have to tell me I can't do it, so I get the passion to do it just to spite you, teacher. So the teacher is like super resigned. She has to be like, this is actually something that happened in the comics. She's like, Riri, you cannot be a scientist. She's like, I'm going to be better than Tony Stark. It's like, okay, sure. Like the teacher's like, fine, if that's what makes you happy, girl, go ahead. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so terrible. I don't know. God, I don't think there's been, I was going to say a Marvel TV show, but Daredevil and the Punisher are right there. But I'm talking about movie-related TV show that Marvel has done, that it's good. Like, it's just terrible. Punisher is one of, like, I watch that those seasons on repeat all the time. Like, my favorite part of Daredevil is when he shows up. What an amazing character. John Bernthal is a fucking actor. He is. He's so good. He's so good, and the fact that they haven't, like, put out 15 fucking movies of the Punisher, it's just, they are losing money on purpose. River is a criminal. Yes, she is a criminal. Which is funny that they went that route, but, you know, whatever. Yes, Ironheart I'm telling you, the most faithful adaptation ever. Because she is as equally a pain in the fucking ass in the comics as she is in the show. Oh, he's so good. Have you watched the Punisher movie? Like the old ones? I think I might have when I was a child, so that means that I don't remember them. I have a very vague recollection of them. But I haven't. I guess I have to. You know what movies I want to watch again? Ghost Rider. With Nicolas Cage? Hell yeah. John Bernthal is the perfect Frank Castle. It's so good. And his relationship with Karen, I love it. You know what really worries me though? That they're saying that the Punisher is gonna show in the new Spider-Man. How the fuck are you gonna put an 18 plus, like an R-rated superhero whose entire fucking thing is shooting people in the face in a Spider-Man movie? You know what I'm talking about? I think they're gonna PG-13 the fuck out of him. That's gonna be bad. The one with John Travolta is the villain. God. I'm so happy I learned to love reading books as a kid. Yes. Yes. That's what I do. I just read. And when I'm not watching a TV show that came out 20 years ago, I'm reading about stuff that I like. Again, because a book is written by one author. And they have a vision. Especially when it's an author that has experience in like sci-fi or fantasy. You can always count on their work to be similar. So I just read like fantasy. You guys know that I'm reading again the Hero of the Imperium because I'm doing a video for the new channel on that omnibus. But I just read. I know. Nerd. No, but it's good. Just read. Dude, read. Audiobooks. If you don't have time, some audiobooks, and I'm telling you, your life is about to change. I want to get into comic books. I know that you can read them online. So I'm just gonna start doing it online. Because I don't think I should start collecting comic books, because that is a dark road that I would be going down in. Like, I can't. So you think Ghost of Yotei boycott is gonna work? No. Because I don't think the game has anything to boycott. So, no. Do you consider audiobooks reading? No, I don't. And I don't like audiobooks. Because, again, it's secondhand embarrassment. I don't like people doing voices and stuff. And I do all the imagining here. So, I don't like audiobooks. It is not reading. I think it's a good enough substitute because a lot of people, for example, my fiance, he listens to audiobooks while he works because it's the only time he has, and he wants to use his remaining free time to watch a movie or, you know, spend time with me. So he just listens to books while he works. But it's not the same. Nothing replaces, you know, like a solid book. Even, you know, I rather always read paper. That's just me being a fucking elitist, by the way, so don't even listen to me. But, like paper books. And if I cannot find them, then I read them in the Kindle. But I love buying books. Doing voices is one of the most fun aspects of any TTRPG. Listen, I can. My secondhand embarrassment is really, really bad. And I'm just like, so I don't like audiobooks. And because I'm like, I do everything with the power of the imagination. So the voices of the characters, how they sound, how they look, where they are, how everything I imagine. So then you give me a narrator and he doesn't fit because I am the narrator. You know what I mean? When I'm reading, I'm narrating in my voice. And then when they speak in their voice. You know what I'm talking about? I love the smell of books. It's just something. I love books. I love books. Bookstores I love them. Do you watch the new Bruja trailer? I have not. Do you guys want to watch it? There's been a couple trailers that have come out. I'm just more interested in what they're gonna say tomorrow. Bloodlines 2 tomorrow. I've been keeping an eye out. Tomorrow was the day they said they were gonna come out and talk about the paywall clans. And I think they're 100% gonna remove them. But I wonder how they're gonna do it. What is the thought process behind it? What excuses they're gonna like throw? All books, dude. Yes. Like, I love it when I show my book collection, which it's right there, and people claim that I don't read books because they look too good. The books, like that book, I've read twice, and the back is not like the spine is not cracked. And the pages are white and not yellowed. It's because I take care of my books. I don't, the amount of times, every time that I take a picture of my ever-growing bookshelf, which I cannot buy anymore because I'm gonna move to America soon, and I want to take my books with me. But where the fuck am I gonna put them? And they're like, "Those books look too good. You haven't read them." Okay, I'm like, I haven't. Sure, I haven't read them ever. Vintage premiere and Bruja so far, and yeah, I'm waiting tomorrow more info on the changes they did. Hopefully something good. It's not gonna be anything good. It's just gonna be they have removed the paywall clans. That's it. Like, that's... I am gonna play Bloodlines too. But Ada, you're supposed to. No, I'm not supposed to do anything. I, again, like playing the games that I criticize, and I get paid in views, which turn into money and profit for me. So it makes sense that I play it. You guys can play it if you want. Most of you will play it because you're like the morbid curiosity and shit. But I want to play it to just cement my opinion on it, which I think is pretty spot on. That it's gonna be a normal ass game. And it's not gonna be a good Bloodlines. Like, it's not gonna be the most terrible thing I've ever played, but it's not gonna be a good Bloodlines game. It's not gonna be a good sequel. I am honest. What the fuck am I? Why would I lie? Every fucking person out there that, you know, plays Assassin's Creed Shadows and whatever, and they tell you, oh, it's because of this, and they try to be like the holier than thou, like, route. No, we do it for money. And that is the truth of the matter. It's why people talk about specific stuff that they have no fucking reason to talk about, because it's the topic of the day. So that gets some views and shit. It is. I'm gonna play it because I get paid and because I like the first one, which I've played multiple times. Funny enough, I've played it multiple times, and I want to see how bad it is in comparison. Period. Streamlining was such a bad thing to do. AAA studios forgot how to make good RPGs. Only Owlcat and Larian at the moment are at the top of their fucking game. Either way, they're not. To be honest, I still catch myself going back and watching the E3 2019 demo. It's so much more interesting. Like, is it a terrible demo? Yes. Like, it was raw. It wasn't even undercooked. That demo was raw. Especially the combat department. But everything else about it, I could look at and recognize what they were trying to do, which was just a more modernized version of Bloodlines 1. And then you watch Bloodlines 2, and there's nothing to recognize in Bloodlines 2. Gonna be all types of rage towards Bloodlines 2. There's gonna be a rage, but there's gonna be also a lot of manufacturer rage. I expect a lot of people that have never heard of Bloodlines to speak on Bloodlines. And a lot of people that have never played Bloodlines to play it like a week before release. So they can say that they played it before they played the second one. Like, oh, I'm a fan. You played it like yesterday, buddy. Stop. So, you know, take everything that people say with a grain of salt. Take everything that I say with a grain of salt. I am 100% biased because I know what I wanted for Bloodlines 2. And I know that I didn't get it. So, there's that. And how can you I love every time that people say that in my comment section of like, how can you criticize a game that hasn't released yet? If you haven't played it, how can you criticize it? But then I play it and I criticize it, and somehow that's not good enough either. It's like, like, is Baldur's Gate 4 really happening? I haven't heard any news about it. I know that, unlike popular belief, Corinne Bush is not working on Baldur's Gate 4. I don't know if anyone is working on Baldur's Gate 4 at the moment. There has been no news about it that I'm aware of. Corinne Bush is working on a horror game for Wizards of the Coast, for a subsidiary of Wizards of the Coast. So even then, a lot of people just take some news and run with them. People often seem to have an opinion about shit. That's called grifting. That's called grifting. I've been called that many times in my day, and I understand. It's hard to, you know, see someone that is complaining because they're annoyed about something, and someone that is complaining because they're getting paid at the end of the month because they complain about it. I criticized things that I liked in the past. Once again, that's why I criticize Veilguard, and that's why I'm criticizing Bloodlines 2. Why? Because I was invested in its predecessors, and I know what I wanted from a sequel, and I know that I didn't get it. That's why you catch me complaining about stuff like that. And that's basically it. I didn't complain about, what was it? Shadows. And I didn't complain about, what was even before that? I complained about people that were complaining about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because that was retarded. The entire fucking diatribe around that was absolutely fucking stupid. So I complained about people complaining about that. And I think aside of that, I haven't complained about it in any other game ever because I don't care enough to complain about it. Boo. And then I have people that, you know, make videos of me yelling at people on Twitter. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to be that. So I'm gonna sit here and complain about whatever the fuck I want to complain and mind my business because, listen, the well has run dry, I feel like. And people are suffering because of it, because it's some bottom of the barrel behavior that I've been seeing lately, where I get videos made about me yelling at people on Twitter. It's insane. Hello, how you doing, Andre? Being able to point flaws in stuff we like seems to be a healthy thing. Criticism has been a thing since time immemorial, okay? The problem is a lot of people have ruined the art of complaining for the rest of us, because there was a time where you could say, you know what, this Marvel movie sucks absolute ass, and people would be like, you know what, you're absolutely fucking right, this sucks ass. And now if you say that and there happens to be a black actor working in that movie, you're a racist. And then there's the other side where people will literally look, we say in Spanish, le buscas las tres piernas al gato. They look for, you know, the 3 legs in the cat when they have 4. And it's like, you know, they're looking for something that is not there just because they want to have something to complain about so they can make a video about it. So, you know, the art of complaining has been ruined for us who make, you know, who make it an art form. I've always been a complainer. Let me complain in peace, dude. No, I'm not complaining because I think black people should be shot into the moon and left there. I'm complaining because I can complain and it's free. And I like complaining about things. What can you do about it? Nothing. That's what. You cannot do anything about it. And I don't know. People have lost the plot in the sense of like they don't really want people to talk badly or negatively about something that they consider. It's all about politics, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's all about politics. It's if one company, a group of people think, oh, they're on my side, and that's, you know, left and right. If they think, oh, this company, this studio, it's making games for me, So no matter what they put out, I'm gonna support them. And if you don't support them, and I catch you complaining about them, then you're the enemy. And it's like, can we just go back to the time where you just complain and criticize a piece of media for what it was? A piece of media. You know? It's like, I don't care who made this. I remember there was a time where I didn't know who made the game that I was playing. You think I was playing The Sims 2 and I knew what EA was? And subsidiaries and BioWare and this? I didn't fucking... I played Dragon Age Origins for the first time when I was like 14. Like 13, 14. I didn't know what BioWare was. I played the game because I wanted to play the game. Because my brother pirated it for me. That's why. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I didn't fucking care. And I still, for the most part, don't. So, you know, if I criticize something, it's because I looked at it and I was like, ew, and I didn't like it. What can you say? What can you do? Contrarians, there's a lot of contrarians, that's for sure. And a lot of people just cannot have their own opinions about anything. Because I've been called a contrarian just simply because I have opinions that are not the same as everyone's. Like, I can agree with you. Like, you right now that are looking at me. I can agree with you on something. And then you can say something else and I'm like, you know what? I don't agree with you on that. And people are like, well, you're a fucking contrarian because people cannot, you know, be gray. It's a sea of black and white, period. That's it. And it's so tired. It's like, bruh, come on. The issue is that talking about things that requires both talking parties to approach the conversation in somewhat a good faith. True. I know that I approach games and things that I don't enjoy very harshly, but that's just the way that I speak. But I'm always open to people telling me like, oh, you know what? Like, it's because of this and that. It might not change my mind about the product that I'm criticizing, but I'm always open to talk about it. So, you know, I think I'm one of the rare ones in that. And you can criticize things you like too. Oh, 100%. I always say, like, when I like a movie or a game, I'm like, this is not perfect. This is not a masterpiece. And I don't think anything is, really. There's always going to be someone that is like, you know what, that's not for me. And you should be able to allow to say that this is not for me. I don't enjoy this. I don't like this. Without having people, like, fucking crucifying you for that. Like, it's just, okay, that's not for you. And I enjoy things that are, again, for a lot of people, utter shit, utter garbage. And I just enjoy them. Because I like them. I made the mistake of criticizing Baldur's Gate 3 on some game subreddit. I lost all my karma accumulated over the years. That's so stupid. And I love Baldur's Gate 3, but I can understand why a lot of people don't. I 100% disagree that Baldur's Gate 3 is mediocre, but if you believe that, you believe that. Because, and I can understand why a lot of people think that, the gameplay of Baldur's Gate 3, it's been done before. Like, I think Baldur's Gate 3 thrives the most in the whole, they breathed life back into CRPGs, and that's why a lot of people are very thankful to Baldur's Gate 3, even if it's not the best game. I have always said Arc 1 and 2 are the best ones. Arc 3 kind of sucks dick and balls and was super rushed, so there's that. And it's way too long. And if you don't like classic RPGs and you're not open to learning how to play a classic RPGs, you're not gonna enjoy yourself. But graphics-wise, performance-wise, optimization-wise, it's a gem, and I love it. Voice acting-wise, writing-wise, it's right up my alley. So I love it. I really like it. If there's no way to even try and understand the other side, then the conversation makes no sense. A lot of people don't get that. Like, a lot of people are like, okay, this is social media. I'm gonna argue with this person. It's like, can we just not do that? I'm always willing to have people disagree with me because that's their right as someone with a working brain. And I cannot expect people to agree with me 100% of the time, which is the same reason why you cannot expect me to agree with you 100% of the time. And I never will because I'm a human being. And that's why a lot of content creators come off as really, like, grifty because somehow they agree with the majority every single time. 10 out of 10 times. This game sucks. And the majority says, this game sucks. It's woke. It's weird. And somehow, the creator always says, this game is woke and it sucks. Obviously. Why? Because Twitter told me to. there's no room for actual thought or actual, like, okay, I might think this. Is there, a reason why the audience might think that it's not what I think? There's no a two-way, like, road of communication. It's always like, this is it, this is set in stone, and if you go against me, you're sheep. You're indoctrinated. The way that I hear the same arguments on both sides of the fucking spectrum is insane. It's like, listen, as someone that is dead center for a lot of people, I'm not dead center. I just don't care about politics, so I'm nowhere in the scale, but they think I'm in the scale, right? So they put me in the center, or whenever it suits them, they put me on one side or the other. The leftists think that I am that I'm Trump's illegitimate daughter, and the people on the right, they think that I'm Kamala Harris' like twin sister or something like that. You know what I mean? So I depending on who's telling the story, I'm one way or the other, or I'm a contrarian, and I'm a a centrist, and I'm a fence sitter. I don't fucking care. It's just, hello, Mega. I could not fucking see you because my background is blue. Your name is purple, that it's almost blending with blue, and I'm not wearing my glasses because I did my makeup today and I wanted to show it off. So, hello, how you doing? Baldur's Gate 3 has a lot of love put into the development, true. And I think one of the reasons why a lot of people like it as well, it's because it said fire. Like, it put fire on the asses of the collective video game industry, where a lot of people were like, oh, you cannot do this. This game cannot be replicated. This is a one-of-a-kind, never-seen-before game, and it can never be replicated. It can never be done ever again. It's like, so that's another thing why a lot of people like Baldur's Gate 3, not because of the game itself, but because what it did to change the mentality of like, so you can do good stuff. You can do nice. We're talking about everything, Penguin. We're not talking about anything in particular. You can love a mediocre game. Yes, you can. Yes, you don't have to even justify your liking for it. You can just enjoy what you enjoy. Period. I'm gonna criticize you regardless, and you're gonna judge me regardless. That's how human beings work. We're like, you like this shit that I don't like? That's kind of fucking stupid, but then you get over it because you should be an adult and be mature about it. I have a lot of issues with Baldur's Gate 3 because the game is hilariously broken and a bad representation of D&D 5th edition, but it is at least a fun and good game. Indeed. And again, not a single game is going to be perfect. And some of you would say, Expedition 33. There's people that hate Expedition 33. What can you do? Thank you for the follow, Bingo. There's some people that hate it. And you're going to do anything about it. You can try to change their mind. Like, it's good if you do it, and you play it, you have to, and then I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna listen to you. So, who cares? No, the people that have played Baldur's Gate 3 would never play Pathfinder, or, like, never. And that's just a reality of it. I think for people to like, truly, like, true CRPGs, they just have to consume them. So, I love complaining. I think a lot of people are just so fake in the sense of like, they don't really admit that they're people like the rest of us. Like, there's always a justification for something. There's always a just like, oh, I'm doing this to make the world a better place and to make, I'm fighting the good fight. I'm not fighting any fight, by the way. When you catch me complaining about something, complaining about a video game, complaining about a show, a movie, and I make a video about something, I'm not aiming to change shit because I am self-aware. And I think that's what a lot of people lack. A lot of people are not self-aware about where they stand. Especially a lot of like content creators that do videos about video games where they generally think that they're changing the game. Like, no, you're not. You're just a 40-year-old complaining about a video game online. And I'm almost a 30-year-old complaining about shit on Twitter. Because it's fun. And it's my hobby. But I know it's a hobby. I know. and I have a life outside, talking shit. I just talk shit online and then I talk shit in real life as well. But you know what I'm talking about? It's just like, it's people that think they are more important than they actually are, which is not at all. Period. Like, you're not important. And that's fine. And if you assimilate that and you just accept that nothing you do and nothing you say matters, then you're free. I don't care about what people think of me. I don't care what people think that I'm a Nazi or a fascist. Or that I, have an abortion like 3 times a day. Either way, I don't. Because I know me, and people that love me know me. And I don't care about anyone else's opinion. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to say what the fuck I want. And I don't care. It's just so much easier when you just understand that you cannot change anything. Do you have an abortion every day, 3 times a week? 3 times a week, 3 times a day. Yeah. Every day. It's, it's like a reward. It's just super stupid. It's like, I don't care. Yeah. I mean, like, unless it's someone that I care about in my life, and that's the thing, like, the people that are in my life, like my parents and my fiance, his parents, I love them. They love me. I'm living a very good life, actually. I know that a lot of people, and I see it so many times when people make assumptions about my life without really knowing anything about me. Because again, and me yelling at people on Twitter, it's funny. That's why I do it. And they're like, oh, she's crashing out and she needs to take a break from the internet and this and that. It's like, I can do what the fuck I want though. Like, I'm engaged. I'm gonna move to America. I'm, living my life and having a great time. And I'm not taking myself seriously and I'm not taking the internet seriously. And that's the best thing you can do. Just don't take anything seriously. Because it's not. It's not serious. Like, it isn't. We could all die tomorrow, hopefully. A meteor just strikes us all out of the fucking face of the earth. And we're just, we go into nuclear winter. And humanity just ceases to exist as we know it. And then we take, fucking cockroaches take over. And the cockroaches create a utopia. Hopefully. And I won't be here to see it. Or the aliens come and they realize that we're fucking scum. And, they fucking turn us into food paste. That'd be cool as well. We're not gonna change the world. The story ends in one way, and that's with the earth dying and humanity, being extinct. And I'm okay with that. So I'm not gonna pretend that I'm here to change anything. If you're food paste, that means that you're at least useful. Think about that, okay? Pathfinder games were harder than the others. Pathfinders are... I think I played... what was it? Kingmaker. Like, for the first time many years ago. And I kept dying to spiders over and over again. And I rage quit. Because I didn't understand how it worked. And then I got the hang of it. And I enjoyed it a lot. And there are people that just need to learn to unplug from the internet and just enjoy life again. But for a lot of people, the internet is their life. Which is what a lot of people don't understand. Like, I have no problem saying, you know what, I'm going to take a week off. Because my life, and my mental health and my peace of mind, it's 1,000 times more important than likes on Twitter, for example. But there's people out there that it's like, oh, I have to tweet 3 times a day. And if I don't get at least 100 likes per tweet, then I fall off. I have to upload a video on every single topic that is, controversial for the day, every single day. Otherwise, people are going to forget about me and I fall off. And it's like, you're not living your life. You're literally not living your life. Like, you're just, again, a grown-ass adult that it's an iPad kid. And you are not living a life, a fulfilling life at all. Like, I understand, like, having fun. Like, I watch streamers. I watch again. I watch Queso, and I watch Forge Labs, and I consume content and shit. And I'm like, this is fun. This is But I understand it for what it is. It's entertainment. It's content, and that's what I expect people to think when they watch me as well. It's like, oh, it's a stupid bitch talking online because she has access to the internet, and so do I. And fates aligned, and here we all are talking to each other. But it is what it is. It's entertainment. I don't expect people to be fans, to be, mindless goons. I don't. I don't expect people to defend me online. I can do that myself. Thank you very much. Okay. I got killed by the fucking swarm of spiders like 1,000 times in Kingmaker. Like, I was like, okay, we're not doing this. That's something I struggle with. I see no reason to be terminally online. If I am on, and that's it. It gets weird with the social circles I belong to. Find that odd. Yeah, thankfully for me, most of the people in real life that I surround myself with don't have social media. So when I'm off social media, I'm off. Like, I don't think about being on, like, at all. Because, I think the most between my fiance and I is like, I send him TikToks and then he watches them and he's like, cool, and that's it. But social media, it should be a much more big of a deal because I'm a content creator, but I don't want it to be. Like, I could be like 10 times bigger if I took content creation seriously, but I just don't. It is what it is. It's like, listen, I'm not gonna push myself to create content that I don't care about and I don't believe in just to meet a quota. I don't care. Got cut out of major social media sites 3 years ago so I can access them without VPN. What the fuck did you do, bro? Who do you, like, threaten to bomb or something? I felt the same in my playthrough. My kingdom got destroyed, but I kept playing. But I ended up overrun by monsters, so I rage quit. I think, like, one of the... Do you guys got to Kingmaker to that combat where it's the giant owl bear? I was like, what are we doing here? What the fuck is going on, bro? I goon, but I goon in peace. And I don't make it everyone's problems, okay? As a true woman, I goon through books. That's where it's at, bro. And they get pretty wild. No, I'm not gonna tell you the titles. I don't know if this music is copyrighted, but at this point, I don't care. Kingmaker was so hard. You know what's harder, right? That I played it on stream like a while back. And it's called Kingmaker, right? And that should tell you that there's gonna be a lot of like kingdom management. Tell me why I forgot about the whole kingdom management aspect. And my fucking chat didn't tell me nothing about it. So I kept dying and I kept, running into walls over and over again. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I think someone said, oh, have you managed your kingdom? And I was like, no, I didn't. And yeah. I haven't played with Wrath of Righteous. So there's that. But again, that's the thing. Like, all the games I want to play are fucking RPGs. So I never play anything else. And I feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for me because I'm right where I want to be. If you catch me playing an RPG and, spending like 200 plus hours into an RPG, don't save me. I'm right where I want to be. But I sometimes feel bad for you guys. I'm like, do you guys really want to watch 200 hours of this? You guys don't really have a choice. Because chat is always against you. It is. My chat is always against me. You guys are pretty agreeable, though. A lot of people listen. And again, and people don't believe me when I say it, and I've been saying that since I started streaming. But a lot of people were like, oh, why don't you want to be bigger? Like, that's a lie. You want to be bigger. I don't want to be bigger. Because I've seen, like, chat of bigger content creators. Not even, like, millions of subs and whatever. Like, just bigger content creators. And it's cancer. And I feel like I've gotten to a point where my chat is just grown adults, which I really appreciate. that talk like grown adults and think like grown adults. And there's always going to be like the odd one out here and there. But you know what I'm talking about? Like where I can just manage chat and I can talk to people, which is one of the reasons why I started streaming in the first place. It's so I could talk to people that liked video games. Surprise, surprise. Not everyone becomes a streamer because they want to make a quick money, which, by the way, it's a total fucking lie. You're not going to make money off streaming. Not if you're just focused on that, ever. So don't even bother. But you know what I'm talking about? I just want to manageable chat that I can look at and I can recognize people in and I can talk to them. So it's great. Wrath of the Righteous is a good game, but I get frustrated on higher difficulties. That's good. I always play on normal because I'm not a masochist. If you wanted to be bigger, you would eat more. I am pretty good. I've been thinking about that. Like why I'm not fatter. Because I eat pretty good, but I don't eat a lot. Like all the time, you know? Like I eat good meals and then I don't eat for a while. Or maybe my life is running out and my metabolism is gonna quit on me in like a couple years, and you know, I mean, I plan to get pregnant in a few years and I'm gonna be streaming, so you guys are probably gonna be with me throughout the journey of my pregnancy and the subsequent consequences of it. So, you know, take a screenshot now and then take a screenshot in 2 or 3 years and we'll see. I'm gonna stream my birth 100%. I've talked to my fiance about this. We're 100% streaming the birth. I think, you know, and we are gonna be documenting and posting without my child's consent every moment of their life. Because why wouldn't I? Children content on the internet, on YouTube, like family content, it's extremely profitable. Come on. Extremely profitable. So yeah, I am having a child mainly because I want to exploit them for money. Will chat decide the name of your child? Ooh, that's a good one. I think we should do like, you know, if someone like gifts like 100 subs, they get to name my child. You know, anything for 100 subs, bro. Anything. I've seen people do like more stupid shit than let chat name their child for 100 subs. Which Warhammer faction will your baby join? The Ultramarines, because if, you know, they don't, then I'm just scrapping them and making a new one. I have the means to make more. You know what I mean? So, and I've been saying you little fucking bitches, okay? I don't play the Warhammer 40k like tabletop. I don't play it because I don't have people to play with and I don't know how to play it. I bet Gaia would like explain to me how it works, but irrelevant. New figurines, new miniatures came out and they were Ultramarines, and I see people complaining. What are you guys complaining about? What are you guys complaining about? What are you guys complaining about? Como que blueberries? Mira, you guys should watch your fucking mouths when you speak to me. Deadass. I'm probably gonna name my child after like a video game character. I'm gonna name my child something cool, by the way. Like we have a list of names and Preston and I have agreed because my name is Barbara and his name is Preston. And we are already named for our elder, like, you know, like we're our later years. We're gonna be an old couple called Preston and Barbara. Okay? So, we're gonna name our children not something really stupid, because you have to also believe that a child becomes an adult at some point. So you cannot call them like Minnie or Mickey or shit like that, because that's a person, that's a human being. But I want to name my child like something nice, something cool, you know? So I think Preston has the list. If he hops on, no, my name is not Ada. My name is Barbara. It's not Barbara. I say Barbara because, you know, you guys are just too stupid to pronounce it properly, but it's Barbara. And a lot of people cannot say Barbara. They say Barbara. So I was just like, you know what? Ada, it's easier. Alistair is on the list. Kieran, after Morgan's child, is in the list. Alistair is in the list because I like it. Mina is in the list. What else? We have a lot of names. Like a lot. What about it? Preston doesn't sound that bad. It's not bad, but it's all people named. No, I have Mario in my family already. Someone say Kirby. We're naming my child Kirby. Also, reminder. My family is Spanish and they speak Spanish. So we have to name my child something that my American family and my Spanish family can pronounce, and that doesn't mean something stupid in Spanish or something stupid in English. I would name my child Gilliman if I didn't have any shame, or Heinrichs, but they're too specific. And again, that's a child that's going to turn into an adult. So we want to name them something cool, but I would name them Garrus, 100%. Chalanito. Have you guys thought about that? I mean, a lot of you guys are virgins. If you never touch a woman's hand in your entire life, but you have thought about what you're going to name your children. The attack for no reason. For your potential girl. What are you going to name it so I can steal it? I don't have the list. I think Preston has the list. And I think my mother-in-law also added a name. So one of our children might be called Bane as a middle name, because my fiance was gonna have an older sister and they were gonna call her Baney, but she passed away. Phil's attacked and dies. I don't have the list, I think. I want to name them Morgan. I like really old-timey names. I like names like Morgan, like Cordelia. What else? Imogen. I like old names. You want to name it Barbara? Hell yeah! Kurt Cobain, shut up. But I like old names. We're talking about baby names. What are you gonna name your potential children? Ferdinand, listen, Ferdinand is cool. Esther is pretty. They're nice names. Lucia is very common in Spain. But they're like, they're nice names. They're like Aerith. Aerith is pretty. From Final Fantasy. I love that men just say girl names. Because all men want to be girl dads. Gandalf. Helena it's pretty. God, I have to tell him to send me the list, the baby name list. Isabella is pretty. Listen, my fucking SSD is making noises. And for what? Tash? Eva Tash, the full name. Yeah, I don't have it here. But I like Leona, I like Cordelia, I like Imogen. I like old names. Because I have an old lady name. I like Morgan. Mora is really pretty. Tifa. Antifa. You guys see what you have to think about? You cannot name her Tifa. Because she's gonna be made fun of. Sigismund? That's a cool name, though. And I would name them like something like that. Andraste goes hard, by the way. Sonic 1. Caught red-handed. I don't plan on having children, but if I do, I would want it to be a girl. I think that's like the common thing now. Like a lot of men just want to be girl dads. Preston is 100% a girl dad, but there's only girls as of late in his family. And my family, it's a boy family. There's a lot of boys in my family. I have one sister. I have 3 brothers. Almost all the recent babies in my family, it's kind of mixed, girls and boys, but twins Morgan and Morgana, I would 100% call them that. Twins run in my fiance's family, by the way. Oopsies. And they skip a generation, and it will be my generation, so that's gonna be interesting. Hopefully not. First time mom, and I have twins. It slit my veins right there. Bro. Mara is super pretty. There's so many names. Monique and Unique. Bro, there was a lady, a black lady, but that's irrelevant, isn't it? And she named her kids. I think it was Her Majesty. What was it? She named them Su Majestad, which is, that is crazy. So there's this woman, right? And she's like a singer and whatever. And the names are in Spanish. It's Su Majestad y Su Alteza. So she named her twins Your Majesty, like Your Majesty altogether, and Your Highness altogether. She named them that in Spanish, but she named them that. Isn't that crazy? And they're never gonna be called that. In her mind, it was because she wants her baby girls to be treated like royalty. So every time a man refers to them, they will refer to them as loyalty. Except they're gonna be called like nicknames for the remainder of their lives. And I would hate my mom if she called me Your Highness. They're 100% gonna be bullied. 100%. It's insane. And I can think of girl names. Thinking of guy names just reminds you of guys with those names. That is funny. Person has thought of most of the baby girl names, and I have thought of the baby boy names. I've always envisioned myself as a boy, not a boy mom in the sense of like I'm in love with my son, boy mom, but as the mother of a child that happens to be a boy. Okay, there's a distinction there. It's there. Subtle, but it's there. I don't know why I've had you guys here the entire time when I'm not doing anything, I'm not playing in this screen. So I've been looking at myself in there for some reason because I'm a narcissist in that screen the entire time. Many video games restrict titles for names. What the hell, lady? That's what I'm saying. I think in Spain it's illegal to call your son like Goku because there was a portion of time where men were just naming their kids Goku. Yeah? God. At 18, yes, but you have to spend 18 years being called Your Majesty. And like, you say, look, my name is this, and it's a nickname, and you're like, oh, what is your full name? And you're like, oh, Your Highness. That's insane. Imagine that. Doesn't his middle name have to be your last name? No, his last name has to be my last name. I would be like Barbara Whitfield, which makes me even more of an old lady, which I don't mind. I'm gonna be a venerable old lady. I don't have a middle name. They're not very common anymore. But our children will be having middle names because it's very common there. I refuse to name my children after anybody, by the way. And that's a very common practice. I think both in America and in Spain. Like my dad's name is Manuel. And one of my brother's names is Manuel. And then I have an uncle whose name is Santiago. And then one of my brothers is named Santiago. And it's like, no thank you. We're not naming my kids after nobody. Because I don't want to. We have a celebrity who nicknamed his son Nom Nom Som. Bro, because he was born pretty tiny, I understand having a nickname for your child. Okay, you name them a normal, like adult human being name, and then you can call them whatever you want. You can call them Stinky. You can call them Tiny. You can call them Gnome. But they have a name that they can use when they grow up. I mean, I'm not the best example because I literally changed my name. I mean, my legal name is still Barbara, but everyone that knows me for the past 5 years knows me as Ada, and they think my name is Ada. My parents-in-law, like my father-in-law and mother-in-law, they thought my name was Ara, which is not. It's a nickname that I made for myself because people could not pronounce my name. But it's very easy to change your name, but around your family, usually it isn't. My parents don't call me Ara, so left to know Wingson and right to know Wingson. That's what I'm gonna call my twins because I'm truly a centrist, so the balance must be kept. By the way, I'm not pregnant. Before anything starts, I will tell you when I get pregnant. It's not, unless it's through holy conception, because my fiance is living in America and I'm very much still in Europe. I'm not I'm not pregnant. We're just talking about stupid shit, okay? Because we can. God. Do you imagine this mother then? She'd be pissed her kid changed her. Oh yeah, it's those moms that are just, I don't know, like super controlling over their kids. Like, I understand controlling your kids to a certain degree, but it gets to a point where you just think that your kid is an extension of yourself, which they're not. And thank you, no thank you. Yeah, you guys keep calling me a grandma. I understand, okay? That's one of the main fucking reasons I changed my name for my social media career. People could not fucking stop calling me a grandma. I didn't even know Barbara was a grandma name, like an old lady name, because it's super like rare to be named Barbara in Spain. Like there's not a lot of Barbaras. I think I've met like 2 Barbaras in my entire life. Or triplets, Alistair, Morrigan, and Liliana. Alistair is up there. I like Morrigan as well. A lot of people were named Khaleesi. Not even Daenerys, Khaleesi. Barbara is common here in Brazil. I mean, it's not rare, but it's just not used anymore. I think because a lot of people are doing that thing of like modernizing names and naming kids like names with too many consonants to be real. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And we're gonna talk about parenting now. I was thinking about gentle parenting and how, yes, it's a saint's name, which means that usually people that are named after saints are named after saints because they're old. So it's old people's names. Like my fiance's like neighbors, the old lady there, it's named Barbara. I think it's Barbara and something else, and Billy or something like that. Very American. Barbara Eden. That's such a pretty name. I'm not gonna name my kids after me, and Preston doesn't like his name either, so he's not gonna name any of our kids after himself either. He doesn't like his name because he says that he cannot use a nickname because it's Preston. I think a lot of people call Preston's Tony, but my husband. I mean, he's gonna be my husband, but my fiance is not a Tony. If you've met Preston, he's not a Tony. He's Preston. So he doesn't like his name. I don't know, man. Oh, someone is knocking in my door. Preston, Tony. That's how they do it. Barbara is Bobby in some cases. In Spain, is just Barbie. But a lot of people call Barbara's Bobby for some reason. Ugh. God, I'm sweating. She's gonna be leaving super soon, by the way, because it's hot as balls in my room, and she doesn't like it. There he is. Vadia. Yeah, but that's not common in... Like, honey, can you send me the list of baby names that we came up with? Because I don't have it. You have it. We're talking about baby names. We came up with pretty cool names, by the way, mind you. I guess you guys will be the judge of that. Not that we care, because you're not fucking carrying the thing. It's gonna be me. And if Preston could carry the thing, it would be him. I'm looking forward to being a mom, though. I wasn't, like a couple years ago, I wasn't. And that goes to show that having a good partner, it's good. It's what gets you going, because... Let me check. Jennifer is pretty. The thing is, it's too soon. You know what I mean? You see? Look. We have Kieran. Kieran, because I want a Kieran after Morgan's kid. We have Amina. Amina came from Guayarmina, which is not, we're not gonna name her Guayarmina because that would be a death sentence in America. But Guayarmina is a Canarian name, where I'm from. And we shorten it to Mina. Juno, Ronan, Thorn, Lucian, I love names like that, Rowan, Soren, Alistair, Morrigan, Silas, Caius, Cain, Abram, and Ignatius. I think we're going to use Ignatius because that's the name of one of my brothers who I don't talk to anymore. But you see what I'm talking about? Ignatius. Can you see where Warhammer kind of like is stuck? It's not named Chaos, it's Caius, but you know, it is what it is. And there has to be names that my family can also pronounce. But do you see Alice? It's right there. I'm not even fucking joking, by the way. I'm not making this up. Vladimir is cool. Nacho is the nickname of Ignacio. Yes. But we already have 2 Nachos in my family. Monoko. I cannot name my child Monoko. Okay. I would name my child Verso. 100%. Pituco. Those are dog names, bro. Pituco is a dog name. Monoko, it's also a dog name, but it can pass as not. Pituco is 100% a dog name. We can name a pet Monoko. Renoir, I would call, but that's a French name. Unfortunately. No. But I want old names for both the girl and the... Because, listen to me, they're gonna use some stupid nickname anyways. Gustav. Except Gustav would be Gustavo. Like in Kermit the Frog, it's called Gustav the Frog in Spanish. So, Caesar is a very common name in Spanish. Cesar. Very, very common. And the nickname is Gus, so no. We have to think about that as well. No French names. Monica makes me think of rich Frenchmen in yachts. I don't want to think about my child and think about a Frenchman. Archimedes. Okay, dial it fucking back. Okay? Yeah, French names are cool, but neither of our families are French. So they're not gonna be called their French name properly. Bertoldo. You see, you guys are losing me. Our names are cute, and our names. Wolfgang, I would 100% name my child Wolfgang. You can just call him Wolf. And then he gets, wrong with the wrong crowd and just call him Gang. Noel. No, because Santa Claus, his name, Father Noel in Spanish. See what I'm talking about? I need to think ahead. Otherwise, my family is gonna bully them. We're naming our children old names. If we have old names, Wolfgang is so good, add it to the list. I would name our child Wolfgang. You just call him Wolf. I would name it Severin. I would. And a baby named Bartolo, it's already 60 years old. Bye-bye, widow. I'm telling you. Not a single name in our list is... And I added Cain because Caiaphas Cain, by the way. Abram also after Commissar. 100%. I would name them Uriel as well. After a Warhammer character. Severin Bartolo, last name. No. We like Thorn a lot. Ronan I like as well. We will see when the kid pops up. And I love that most of them are boys' names. Nathaniel Garrow. Listen, Nathaniel. It's pretty good. Nathan. But middle name has to be Garrow, though. I've seen people named Lucifer, which is the union of Luciano and Fernando. What would be like a union between Barbara and Preston? I don't even want to attempt it, actually. Like, if we're naming our child Nathaniel, then middle name Garrow. Barbarian. Yeah, Ibram, you think I didn't try to name my child after Ibram gone? Because I did. It's right here. Second to last. Barbarant. Lucina. There's a lot of Lucias in Spain, so. And then we're trying to find like a middle name as well. Barbatos. Conan. Conan, you know why Conan is Q? And I would not care. Because I was gonna be named Conan. After Conan the Barbarian. Hi, child. Hi. My dad was gonna call me Conan after Conan the Barbarian, and if I was a girl, Barbara, because that's female barbarian. Welcome to my lore, I guess. So Conan would be, she's right here. She gets scratched all the time. Okay. Conifer? Calcifer. I'm gonna name them Calcifer. I would name my child Howl after Howl from the Moving Castle. 100%. That's why I cannot be allowed to name my child anything. Freddy, middle name Kruger. 100%. Nature middle names. We want to do nature. Like we did Hemlock. We did Finch, I think, as well. I want to name one of, if it's a girl, Faye, after, I would just name her Faye, like straight up, after Cowboy Bebop's Faye Valentine, because we love my girl. She's gonna start pulling at me and punching me pretty fucking soon. We're not gonna name it Lionel because I used to have a crush on a Lionel and he turned out to be a fat boy, so we're not naming it Lionel. Erwin and Eomer. Again, my fucking peppers will be Feifei? Yes. Birds. Alondra is really pretty. Alondra is a Spanish. Shiva, if you don't get closer, this is not comfortable for me. Get closer to here. Or don't. Alondra is really pretty. And it's a Spanish name for a bird. We're gonna name him Hawk. After... She is over my bullshit. Canary? We're gonna name our child Canary? No. The way she's bullying me. Alondra, yeah. Isn't she so scary? You know what's scary about her? The way she farts. You farted last night. And it was so fucking foul that you woke me up. I'm not even joking. Hamburger. Faye and Vincent. Vincent is cool. But in Spanish, it wouldn't go well. Get closer to here. I cannot fucking pet you like that. Your comfort is irrelevant, Vincenzo. I would name my child Spike. after Cowboy Bebop and after Buffy the Vampire Slayer, when worlds collide. Spike is cool. It's just like, would my child get bullied? I have to think about that. Arcadius. I'm gonna call him Arkham. Middle name Asylum. Ezio. Ezio is pretty. My cat once launched a silent fart and ran from my room. She does that. She comes in. Come here. She comes in, farts, leaves the room. Or she farts while she's in like asleep. And it's one of those that go psst, and you're like, oh, that's Putin? I don't think so. I'm gonna call my child Donald. And if it's twins, Donald and Kamala. Yeah. Scratchy, 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 scratchies. The problem with her is that there's not such a thing as too much pet. Sander, yeah, but you're kind of like dooming your child to be a fucking loser. I've named my child Buffy. Willow is pretty. Willow, I would name my child. Willow is nice. ¿Qué quiere? ¿Puta perra? Drusilla, I love Drusilla, but I feel like that's too much. It's too vampire-y. Well, I want to name my child Spike, so you know what I mean. What is too much? Carmilla? I would. You guys are like reaching into my love for old names here, which is not fair for me. Because I'm gonna name my child after an old lady. Residenta Evila, exactly. Hell yeah. Abandon me. Mind you, I'm not even pregnant yet. Straight up name the boy Snake. Mi casa is tu casa. What do you guys know in Spanish? It doesn't work if you actually know Spanish. Which one's solid or liquid? What do you guys know in Spanish? What words do you know in Spanish? I'm always interested to know because it's always like mi casa es tu casa, ¿dónde está la biblioteca? Hola. ¿Cómo te llamas? Dos cervezas, por favor. ¿Dónde está el baño? I love that I'm talking to me like I have an accent in America. I think it's really funny. Dos cervezas, por favor. ¿Dónde está el baño? By the way, I am fluent in Spanish because I'm from Spain. But I love that you know how to say 2 beers, please. Not even one. It's just like straight up 2 fucking beers, please. And where the fuck is the bathroom? Thank you. Hola. Madre de Dios. My girlfriend always calls me puto. Do you know what that means? Because I don't want to like ruin it for her. ¿Qué hora es? 8. So you know how to say, what time is it? 8. So you would only be like useful when it's 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Otherwise, soy español olvidadiza abandonadora. Motherfucker, I cannot remember everyone. I also know uno más. Dos cervezas, por favor, y uno más. Like 2 beers, 1 more. You are set for life. That's all you need to know to survive in Spain. Give me 2 beers and keep them coming. Yo soy orgulloso de mis pechos. That means, by the way, I am proud of my breasts. Which Sofia Vergara it's an icon, honestly. God damn. So you guys don't know anything fucking useful. It's what? Don't you guys take, like most of you if you're American, do you guys take like Spanish in high school? ¿Dónde está mi chaqueta? Cervecito Sediento González. That's what I'm gonna name my child. Papucho. I taught you that. Papucho. That can only be used in specific circumstances with specific people. I know that I use it a lot, but it can only be used in specific circumstances. Not everyone is a papucho, okay? Not everyone is a papucho. There's requirements. What requirements? I made them up every time. I don't know a few words. El brujo diablo. Who told you those? Like, who were those in, taught to you? Like, because person only knows puta bruja, which means whore witch, because my mom calls me that. We need to put some respect on papucho. Yeah, people throw the papucho status around like it's daddy. No, daddy and papucho are completely different. El brujo que es Ronaldinho. Quiero más papuchos en juegos. Y yo. Can we make papuchos, relevant again? Do we need to call the police on your mom? No. That's how we talk to one another. You guys will not last a day in my house. Like, I'm telling you right now. I'm thinking about it. It's like, people would lose their fucking minds. People looked at me weird in high school when I told them, my mom, TMI, but she doesn't care. So is it really? My mom sleeps naked. I don't know if that's a mom thing or it's a my mom thing, but she sleeps naked. She's not a fan of clothing. She sleeps naked even in the height of winter. So it's very common for me to just see my mom naked multiple times a day. I think today, like she came from home and she just took her clothes off, because she just came from work and she was gonna wear her pajamas. And in the process, between taking all of her clothes off, including her underwear, all her clothes off, and putting her pajamas on, she remembered that she had something to tell me. So she came into my room fully naked with her pajamas on her hand, told me something, and then she walked away, which is completely normal. Like, I'm not shocked that that's something that happens, because it's an everyday thing. I see my dad naked all the time as well. Yeah. I don't like being naked. I don't like sleeping naked because I get sweaty and my skin gets stuck together. You know what I'm talking about? Also, sleeping naked is only fun when you just shaved, which a lot of you won't do because you're men, you're manly men. But women, when you shave, when you wax or something, and you're like smooth, that's nice too, because you can rub your legs like this, like a little fucking fly, and it's like silk. But the moment that you start like sprouting hair again, it's just like sitting naked and like exactly, except you are somehow the human in the leather chair. So when your thighs are like stuck, then you're just, it's really bad. It's really bad. So I don't like sleeping naked. It feels wrong. So I don't. I'm the type that I have to sleep with like a blanket on, even on summer, because I cannot sleep without being covered. It's a mental thing. It's a, me and my friend who used to live next door used to be like, go fuck yourself, you stupid horse, see you tomorrow. Yes. Thankfully, my fiance's family, it's very alike to my own family. So I can truly be myself in that family. I think I called my father-in-law like a fucking idiot the other day. And he laughed. So, I'm in good hands. Nothing wrong with sleeping naked, but that means farting will resist skid marking the sheets. Let's talk about skid marks, and let's be completely honest here. Is this a man thing? Do man buttholes work differently than women buttholes? Because if I'm farting, and for a second I'm like, wait, this, it might be poop, it might not be poop. I go to a bathroom. I don't fart in my pants and hope for the best. You know what I'm talking about? I fart all the time. I've never farted poop in my underwear ever. Like, and I don't know if this is also a case of like you guys don't wipe your butthole thoroughly enough, but I'm really like paranoid about like my butthole for some, when I poop. I'm like, okay, we're gonna I use wet wipes, by the way. You poop, you use wet wipes. Skid marks are not invisible. What the fuck are you talking about? The whole reason why skid marks are gross is because they're not fucking invisible. You can fucking see them when you take your underwear off. The fuck are you talking about? Do men shit themselves? I have never. I heard it's more common in men. I don't know why. I've peed myself once. And it was like 10, 20 years ago. I think it was 20 years ago. I don't like thinking about that it was 20 years ago. But it was. I was a pre-adolescent. And I couldn't take my pants off. And I had drunk a lot of soda. And I got, and I couldn't take it the moment I peed myself. But I was in my house, in my bathroom, and I took a shower immediately after. But I've never pooped myself. I pooped myself, but when I was a child, when I was a toddler, I think. I don't think it's shitting yourself. I think it's more than the hair catches things that should not be caught. Take a fucking shower. At that point, take your fucking shower. Bro, I tell you, if I'm sick or, and I'm farting, I think everyone knows, your body is wired for you to know if it's gonna be a risky fart. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, this might be risky. So I just get up and I fart into the toilet. Yeah, women fart, I'm telling you, but I've never farted poop into my pants, ever. I know this is a conversation that we're having, but I think it needs to be had because I think this is not a topic that men and women talk about openly enough. Took a poop in the shower? Bro. We're talking about skid marks, okay? And how women don't leave skid marks in their underwear, but men do. And you guys have a lot of. I don't know. Never in my life. Never in my life. Also, if you, for some reason, pull your fucking underwear down and there's poop there's poop marks on your underwear, you just take it off, put it in the wash, and you wash your bum in the shower. You don't put it back on. You know what I mean? Yes, bro. I didn't know about wet dreams, in my head. Or maybe it's because women, not every woman is a squirter, okay? You come and you're like, I came, and you have to take our word for it because did we? Did we not? You just have to trust us. And not every single orgasm feels the same, by the way. A lot of them feel more intense than others, but an orgasm is not an orgasm, bro. But maybe, because of that, I thought wet dreams is it's a dream where you are horny in the dream, which I've had multiples, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking annoying. But I didn't know that wet dreams were literally you guys come in your sleep. Never in my life did I think that was a thing. I didn't even think about it. It's not that I thought it was a legend. I didn't even think that was a thing. And you guys told me while I was playing a crime scene clean, I was like, what? Really? You told me as well that it happens more often when you're a teenager and your hormones are all over the place. But I didn't know that was a thing, bro. I knew about morning wood and stuff. I was like, yeah, you guys get hard all the time. And sometimes it's completely, unprompted, why? Why am I hard? I don't fucking know, but I am. But I didn't know about the whole wet dream thing was because it's actually you wake up wet. Never. I mean, we also wake up wet after having a horny dream, but it's not to the proportions of... It happens more when you don't have sex or masturbate. You just told me that. I was baffled, by the way. Usually, that is a don't trust a fart over 40, but normally you should tell when a fart is going to be more than that. That's what I'm saying. I feel like most normal people know when a fart is going to be more than that. Right? Yeah. A lot of men haven't had it. I talked to a person about that. He's never had a wet dream like that. He's had horny dreams, but never wet dream. There's another thing women are oppressed in. That I remember that pissing me the fuck off. Because when women have wet dreams, it's kind of like a sneeze, right? At least for me, when I have a wet dream, I can feel like the build up, but never the release ever. It's just build up, build up, build up, and then you wake up and you're like, fuck, this sucks ass all the time. It happens to me ovulating. You guys will never know what ovulating is and how we call men animals, but there's nothing more animalistic than a woman that is ovulating. Preston can vouch for that. There will be. I love Preston. I love his face. I love everything about him. But there's a week every month where I want to be inside of his skin. I want to be inside his ribcage, like a little canary bird, and live there. And that's when I'm ovulating. And there's nothing more animalistic than a woman when she's ovulated. And I have a lot of horny dreams. I'm not gonna call them wet dreams anymore because whatever, but horny dreams. And it's always like that, like build up, and you wake up. Build up, and you wake up. It's like, this is great, amazing. But you guys are just, you just coming there's no thought. There's no care about the craft. It just happens. And you piss me off. I am listening to cyberpunk music, yes. You can have sexsomnia, where you basically have sex with your partner in your sleep. This can be quite alarming to their partner if they're not aware of that condition. Also, you're asleep, but you're physically having sex. No, bro. I'm asleep. Also, I'm asleep and I just I close my eyes and I wake up. A friend once messaged me being like, oh, can you make me a cake, please? I want a cake right now. And I was like, girl, you ovulated. Turns out she was. Yes. I'm talking to Preston and I'm just like, I'm horny. He's like, yeah, you're ovulated. And I'm like, yeah, fair, whatever, sure. It's really bad. You don't really realize it. It's not like, a switch flicks and I'm like, oh, I'm ovulated. It's kind of gradual, and then it gets to a point where it's like, whoo. Nature, bro. It's weird that we're living a intelligent society, but base instincts are gonna win for a week every month. Is it like being hungry? Yes, it is. And again, not for everyone is the same, and I think it's heightened when you have a partner, when you have someone that you're attracted to, because there's an outlet for all that pent up sexual frustration. But which is more annoying, periods, bro. Periods are, it's also weak, but then you have the week before where you feel like shit because your body is preparing you to shed your uterus lining, which is, by the way, we just don't expose blood, we also expose tissue, if you guys didn't know about that. So when your girlfriend or wife complains about pain and feeling miserable, remember, there's tissue in there as well. We are shedding like a snake. And we shed with 1 month one side and another month another. I have one side of my ovaries which are painless. I don't notice when I have my period. It's like waking up and feel like you've pity yourself, like, oh, what happened? I just wake up and I'm bleeding, whatever. But there's another side, I think it's my right side, that is pain. It's just feel like I'm getting stabbed every time that I have it. And I'm not hungry. Right side is pain, I'm not hungry. And left side is I don't feel it, I'm really hungry. And ovulation is just, I'm horny. It's worse for me because the protagonist of my sex dreams is not with me in bed. So there's nothing I can do about it because he lives in America. So I'm to ruin it for him as well. I make him horny so he cannot do anything about it. I'm not the protagonist. I'm there. And my boyfriend is, my fiance is the protagonist of my sex dreams. 100% of the time. And he's in America. So then I'm like, you know what? This is your fault. And yeah. What can you do? But once we live together, good luck for a week. It's really bad. It's to the point where, you know, if he loved me enough, he would come to stay with me for a week every time that I'm ovulating. That is true. I'm not playing Bloodlines today. I'm playing Bloodlines tomorrow. You could say that I'm not in costume. You know? So. Basic instincts are the best if you want to have children. Listen to your body and time it all right. Things that we don't want to have a baby yet because I have to be living there to have a baby. So, you know. One thing couples make the mistake of is when it comes to having children is having too much sex. True. Well, it's maybe sort of infinite. It is. Eggs or not. I was born with a limited number of eggs. I was born with my future children inside of me. Isn't it funny? That? Isn't it interesting? Men, it's kind of like a, you know, it could be, it could not be. I'm born with a limited amount. There's only so much a man has a time before we fail. So days between coitus and I love that you're teaching me how to get. I know the process of getting pregnant. I don't think we're gonna be one of those couples that is like, oh, we have to get pregnant right now. It's just like, if it happens, it happens. We want to be kind of secure. Like that's the thing, and I've said it before. I know that we're just talking about me. This is therapy. It could be therapy for both of us. There's something really refreshing about talking about normal shit, like at face value, and not pretending to be, you know, fucking like about it. But goddamn, what was I gonna say? I want to be more stable than I am now. Like I want my children to have a more stable like lifestyle than I do. So we're probably gonna wait a little bit until we have our own place. I don't want to bring like we're gonna be living at my father-in-law and mother-in-law's place for a bit until we get, you know, our bearings, and then we're gonna move in together. And I want to like to kind of enjoy my life as newlyweds before I am someone's mom. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm not even 30 yet, so you know. And until 35, I think I'm good, like of having a child without being a serious risk to my health. I truly understand how chickens work, and no matter how much people explain it to me, I still don't get it. First of all, children are not human, so they're not born with a limited amount. They just regenerate, I'm assuming. I don't even fucking know how chickens work either, but I think so. Bloodlines really worried about that game. The original was awesome and really nuanced, and when it came to the karma system, which is called him, yeah, we have been playing the game, and that's why a lot of us are really scared about Bloodlines too. So, you know. Bro, I've been playing fucking Bloodlines, my new run, as a Toreador with very low humanity, and that's a game changer, because my fucking Toreador is a fucking bitch. Because she has low humanity. If the rumors are true, the ones I spread, thank you for being honest about that at least. You're 35. I'm not. I'm gonna be 28 this year. Isn't that crazy? I don't look 28. I do. I look my age, which is better than looking older. But I'm not 30 yet. So we have time. I think we'll be living together by the time I'm 30. And then it's gonna be, you know, it happens when it happens. It's probably gonna happen sooner rather than later. Because we both know each other pretty well. You have an old woman named to compensate. Listen, I'm getting ready for my elderly years, okay? I'm gonna continue to go by Ara, even when I'm like 75. Okay? Yeah. Barbara, that's not me, dude. It's not me anymore. It used to be. Like, even when I was younger, I never went by Barbara. People call me Barbie. I'm gonna be still streaming by 75. By that time, I hope that we have like those like VR headsets where we lay in bed and we all come together in a, you know, in a virtual world where we have sense of taste and feeling and stuff. Board games are gonna go hard in like 100 years. The gunner industry, bro, in 100 years is gonna be wild. Tendency to go fast these days, and let's be honest, 30 isn't an old age. No, it isn't. Nor is 40. Thank you. But it's for having children. It's just not, you know. for my health and the baby's health. You don't want to have a baby like in your 40s. You could, and it's very safe nowadays, but I also want to, be healthy and able to take care of my child and not run out of fucking stamina every 2 seconds. So I think in my 30s it would be pretty good. I don't want to smell or taste my games, to be honest, because you're not playing the right games. I'll say it. What games do I play? You don't want to know. You see, I cannot complain about the Gunner community if I'm a Gunner. That's why you don't see me complain about the Gunner community. Because I am them. They are me. It's just a different type of Gunner, bro. It is what it is. My Gunner is more refined, okay? Or if you like them in Ready Player One, exactly. You play Mass Effect, you Romance Garrus, bro. Bro. God, I wish I can leave to reach that, that level of video game. I don't think any of us will. I think we will get androids before we get like realistic VR. But bro. And I don't think that's good taste in either. You're a coward, is what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Okay guys, it's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think that's gonna be that for my returning stream. Thank you for yapping and chatting with me. Honestly, she needed it. Your girl needed to like talk a little bit and get back into the rhythm of it. And I'm gonna come back and play games. But I would like to do, some just chatting streams from time to time. We can watch the clan reveals tomorrow. I want to play Bloodlines, so we can watch the clan reveals at the beginning of the stream and then play Bloodlines later in the stream. Thoughts? I don't care. It's what we're gonna do. It's what I said we were gonna do. So it's what we're gonna do. Okay? Garrus is always my number 2 best bro. You're afraid of success. I am not. Okay, guys. Thank you. I love you. Talk to you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. I was gonna say follow me on social media. Do whatever the fuck you want, honestly. I cannot be bothered. If you find me, that's fate. Okay? That it was meant to be. So if I see you tomorrow, it was meant to be. I love you guys.